everybody. Greetings. I am here. Okay. Ooh. That's a little... I hear my thing echoing. Okay, I know what to do. Wait. Yeah. Check. Yeah, that's good. Can't have my speaker all the way up and then have my microphone all the way up at the same time. It'll start. Good evening, everyone. Oops. I'm going to shuffle these cards really well, and until people come in here, I think I'm going to do something, work on something artistically right here. You guys can watch me. Should be able to see it. That's what shows that the camera is crooked. Is that right? That might be one. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what it was. Oops. Let's see my notifications here. What is this? Oops. No. Really hate when certain buttons are so close together. When hello, the penguin. How are you? Welcome. How are you doing? Good. Good. Where are you from, Penguin? My nose is so dry. That's like poking me. Okay. Would you like to inquire about anything in particular in your life currently, or just a general reading? Okay. I got you. Let's see. Okay. Okay, Ten of Pentacles inverted here. Okay. This is expressing that there's something going on in your life that is concerning family strife. Okay. Like unfortunate family matters, and maybe even loss of home or money. Okay, so there's some sort of unfortunate situation, living situation, financial situation with somebody close to you. Could be either you yourself that is having this issue, or it's somebody that you have a connection with on maybe a daily basis, or a deep connection if you're friends or family. Okay, so there's some kind of problematic scenario for this person or for yourself when it comes to family matters. Family doesn't have to mean actual blood family, but could also be friends that are considered like family, and financial problems and problems with home, with a place to stay, something like that. Okay, we can see here the pentacles keep coming. So this is the Three of Pentacles. This is describing that, in the past, I think this is pertaining to you specifically. In the past, you were very good at working with others in a creative environment, and that has changed now. Things have changed for you. Could be at a job, or could be at a hobby, or something that you like to do where you work with others, but at the moment it's mediocrity, and you just kind of producing poor workmanship and poor quality. Could be due to not feeling well of some sort, maybe because of this situation here. They could be connected in a way. I almost think they are. But it seems maybe like you're not having as much fun as you used to have with this thing, that you were working with these other people in a sense, or these other entities. So you're not really putting your all into it. You're not really so proud of the work you produce anymore right now either. So that's what I can see here. Okay, so yeah, so the Ten of Wands. So there is pretty much the culprit. It's like overwhelming stress. There's a really heavy burden that you're carrying. Maybe your financial, family, living situation, but you're carrying this burden with a struggle, but you are in fact carrying it, and you are doing it, even so it is very overbearing for you, and you are able to handle it, but it is overwhelming stress. Okay, and I think that this is subsequently causing this here, where you cannot find yourself working in a creative environment with other people anymore how you used to be. Okay, so there's something that's really weighing on you heavily. Has something to do with another person. Could also have to do with something that lays in your past. Okay, it's something that lies in your past that you are still carrying around with you, and it's making your life a lot more difficult than it did previously. It may have kind of come back and resurfaced or something like that. So that's what I'm gathering here. So it looks like some stressful situations for you, or a stressful situation for you right now in your life. I hope you were able to resonate with that at least a little bit. on something here. This and this, and I like the small ones better. Oh. Oh yeah, it looks like you guys can see a little bit. Is this a good pencil? Not really. I don't have any good pencils. Maybe making this a little bright. Oh no, now I turned it off. Do I make it brighter like this? Nope, that just changes the color. Whoa. Whew. Fine. Just working on something for somebody. It's hard for you guys to see what I'm doing, but whatever. I've been reading a lot today, more on my my Viking textbook is very interesting. I am learning a lot. My cats. Ugh, I hate it. I hate it, I hate it. I'm throwing it out. I'm throwing it out. Oh wow, look at oh, oftentimes when I start a project, it's like the third tries the charm. But sometimes it can be more too. Oh, but this is something that's fun to me right here. I don't have to go so big because I can blow it up later on my computer. Ah, shit, I did it again. All right. You guys are not very talkative today. I'm noticing. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Well, I'm going to give it another 10 more minutes, and if nobody says anything or nobody else is coming, I'm leaving. I understand that on a Sunday, not many of you will probably come because you guys all have to work the next day, so it is understandable. Thank you, Alice. Thank you for following. How are you doing? Nope. All is just peachy. That sounds a little sarcastic. That sounds like it's not peachy at all. Maybe it is peachy. Maybe you just, that's the type of person you are. That's nice. But if I were to say it the way you just said it, it would most definitely be sarcasm. That's all I'm... And then you got, because it's the same letter, it's got to look pretty much the same as the other one. Because you don't want it to look different. I mean, that's just my preference. I mean, you know, you do you, but it just would throw it off a little bit. Why does the one end, unless you do it in a lowercase way, then you could do that, you know, but because I'm doing it both, you know, capital letters, I feel like if you make it then look differently than the other one, then you're gonna throw it off, you know. I don't know. That's just whatever, you know. This is just the first concept anyway of this thing, so it's not too bad, you know. It's a little too curved here. Hi, Florida Metal. All right, Alice, let's do it. Now tell me, is there anything in particular that you would like to inquire about, or is it just a general reading? Your anger problems? Okay. Let's see what we can see there. Ay. Okay. Yeah, anger problems are a thing. For a long time in my teenage years, I had very many problems. Not anger, but aggression problems. That was very... Over the years, it kind of just, you know, resolved itself. But also, it was half and half. You know, it was like getting older. And then it was also, the other half was really, you know, teaching myself and meditating and doing all these things to just calm my demeanor in the negative, you know, the negative demeanor of mine. I'm still, you know, hyped up and, you know, but the aggression is just fundamentally like very, you know, very much gone now, you know. So unless you piss me, you know, obviously, but generally I'm pretty calm in situations and everything. So let's see. Okay. 3 of Wands. Yeah, it is. But it is only a sleeping dog. It can, at any time it can. So it's like a constant, and it's probably going to be like that with you too. You're always going to have to control that, but it will become easier to control. At least that's how it was for me. I could imagine it could be like that for you too. But so this is the 3 of Wands, and this is looking like you are already trying to make these changes. You're already trying to really go within yourself, and you're awaiting the rewards of trying to control this problem, okay? And you're reflecting on your own efforts with this problem. I'm certain that this is directly related to the to your problem there, okay? So your mind is in the right, definitely in the right area. You're trying to resolve this problem, and you're making efforts, and you're looking, and you're awaiting progress, and you're awaiting results, okay? So good. So you have this seemingly as a priority in your life, which is very important, and that's good, okay? So let's move forward. This is good. This is really good, because this card represents death, but this is a good card, to the contrary of what a lot of, like laymen or amateurs, people that don't work with this, they always say, oh, the death card, this is a bad card. Not a bad card at all. It's quite the opposite. This is definitely an expression of end of ways, change, and metamorphosis, okay? Yeah, that's the first. I mean, knowing that there's something wrong, in your action, that's always the best and the first way. And there's nothing wrong. I never understand that. Like most people in the world, they have a real problem admitting when they're wrong or when they've made a mistake, and I will never understand that, because don't be embarrassed. Everybody, we all make mistakes. Just as long as you know that and you can admit that, you have more humility in your heart than other people, because there's so many people that will continue to go through lies, and they will blame others, and they will jump through hoops and loops and everything in order to divert from their responsibility for what problem they caused. And that's not okay. So this is really good. This seems that there's going to be happening a very important and great change, a metamorphosis for you, and that is very good. And I am certain that this is related to your to your anger problems here, okay? That's very good. So whatever you're doing seemingly is going to cause you to end this cycle of anger and all of that stuff, and loss will be connected to it, but it will be, how oftentimes when you lose something, you think it's horrible and you don't want to lose this, but then you realize later on that this was the culprit for you to be able to go into other doors, and a different path of your fate opened up because of that, and it worked out in the end. Eventually it was for the better. So very good. Good things are coming very soon, because this is because you didn't say anything about the future, so this is really the present. So technically you're already undergoing this metamorphosis. It's already happening with you and for you, okay? So that's good. Okay, so the 8 of Wands inverted. So this, it looks to me, is talking about the cause of this anger, seemingly only for this time around, and it's talking about a certain jealousy, okay, a stagnation in your life, envy and jealousy, and this is something that was the cause Or let's say the trigger would be probably a more, better applicable word. The trigger for your anger this time around. Okay, there was an envy, there was a jealousy, maybe some, you admiring a person's way or a person's demeanor, or you're admiring something, and it kind of it absorbed you a little bit too much, and then it caused you to have this, anger outburst, or whatever you want to call it, this reaction out of anger. So this is just talking about whatever, the recent problem that made this come out of you, that occurred. Okay, whatever that may be, there was a disruption for you and it caused you this anger. But this is very good. You are very thoughtful about the whole situation, very much within, looking inwardly, and the change is occurring for you momentarily. Okay, so very good reading. Very your energy is very clean, very crisp and clean, which often happens with people of a high like this, because people with anger or aggression problems, we are people that have high energy. That's why this comes out of us like that, in that way anyway, right? So it makes it very easy, because this will be transferred into the cards, and very specific and very crystal clear. And that's what happened just now with you. It was a really good reading, very understandable and straight to the point. So good things coming your way. Do not be alarmed. Everything is working out for you right now. These things are opening up for you, and it will be okay. I'm gonna turn on the AC, though it is kind of hot in here right now. Do you have ads right now, Alice? Let me know when you're in ads. I don't want to say anything in case you're in ads, then you're not going to hear me say it. Alright, so what I was going to say, I'm good. How are you, Florida Metal? I'm good. So, we always must also remember, though, that destruction has to happen in order for things to be reborn. That's exactly pretty much what I was trying to talk about earlier. Destruction in itself is not bad. It is the emotional feelings attached to it, or that will cause it. But the destruction itself is then just really part of the destiny of whatever's happening in this situation, or with this person attached to this, and oftentimes it really has to happen like this, that and it is a very bittersweet pill to swallow, to think about. For instance, a human's death has to occur in order for whatever your belief is, either to be reborn, because biologically the human body will just stop working at some point, and it is that because biological matter deteriorates. Either that, then you will be reborn. Either that, or if you get buried in the ground, your body will be a fertilizer to the earth, and things will grow from it. That is just, and it is inevitable. And when you realize that, then it still takes a couple of years to take that in you, but once it's in there, then it's just like it's in there, and you understand there's nothing to change. So purifying something by destroying it, or like fire is a very purifying element. These are things that are part of everything. I always say, when people say I want to do good instead of bad, I have really stopped viewing the world in this way of there's good and evil. First of all, this is like a construct of mostly of Christianity, okay? And I'm not trying to down talk Christianity, to anybody that is Christian, but what I'm trying to say is, like, you guys know how I feel about Christianity. Like, personally, I think it's not something good, essentially, really. It's something more ignorant. But, if somebody, that's why I always say, this is for everybody. If somebody is a Christian, then that is their belief, it is what it is. But the good and bad are two things that I really can't even, like, it's too, after all my time of, like, learning all these things that I've learned, it's like, that's way too black and white to put it. That's not how the world really works. It is more about, like, is something constructive or is something non-constructive, useless, or, you could say destructive, but, not really. I wouldn't put it like this, Kali Yuga, yeah. And that is really good. That is really good, because if you can relate to a goddess like that, to a symbol like that, that's very good, because that's how you will be able to learn exactly what I'm talking about right now, because she is a complete embodiment of that. Like, she was, revered, and not for being the bad one that she's portrayed to be, but the Hindu people, they understood her part. And that she was the, eating and destroying and all of these things, sickness, all of these things, because that was her part. That was one of the things I just read, in the book today. It's actually there on my bed there, because a lot of in the book is pertained to shamanism in general, a lot to the Sami people, but as well as, of course, to the Norse. And a lot of it in there was talking about how a lot of shamans would attribute certain sicknesses to a spirit that was causing these sicknesses, and then they would transform themselves into what could pretty much capture these spirits, and then they would transform themselves again into something that can destroy then that spirit, okay, in the end. So it's really this is the biggest thing, is like, if you are a part of the whole and you do something, then you belong there. Then you have a role to play. You just have to really find your role to play. And in order to do that, with your anger thing, for instance, too, in order to do that, you really just have to, do a lot of reading, for instance, on things like that on things that you can relate to, because that's where you can find your origin. That's where you can find your ancestors' origin, and subsequently we'll find out, where is it all coming from? Why am I the way I am? Once you get into the nitty gritty, you will be able to find that out, all of that out. So that's good. Keep digging, There are a lot of, oh my God, I just realized today, there's so many books that I gotta read, that I have all in my list, and I'm just like, oh my God, I'm gonna die before I can read them all. It's so frustrating. Oh my God. But yeah, that is really something that has helped me so much in my life, because I've always had this problem. I was always different. I always had different thoughts, different views. People always looked at me, you know, and when they heard me speak, when they saw me act the way I do, there was always like a weird exchange in looks with people. There was always an eye roll. There was always a whisper, because I was never like the other people. I've always viewed the world differently than the people that I've been around my whole life, And then, as I finally got older and was not, in my teens or in my, in my 20s anymore, which I've practiced, shamanism and all these things my whole life, over 20 years, but to actually the educational part, I didn't get into like until my mid 20s, right? And then I started really looking like, okay, I'm doing this, but it's like, where do I fit in? What is my origin? What is it that, because the universe will give you signs, yeah, exactly, from so many intelligent people, and it's just like, oh my God. And it's so great because there's always something, you can always find out, like so often, these things that will occur to me, these things that I will see in my visions, these things that will manifest, that I will manifest, more often than not, I will find this out in a book. Why and how is this connected? And then I know, oh, okay, and there was a time where I was also like forcing things, I was forcing it, like I really need it, and then it's like, no, it doesn't work. Forcing anything doesn't work at all. It has to really come natural, and the unfortunate part is that it's a very slow process, and patience is a virtue, really, and I have no fucking patience whatsoever. So there were times for me it was so frustrating, because I really just didn't get enough fast enough, but I really do think as you get older, a lot of these things just, you get calmer, you get more patient, because it's like, can't do anything about it, and yeah, and just like, I think you're looking in the right way. You're figuring this out well, just best thing really is to read. I don't know where you're from, but it's always, I always tell people, when people ask me about like paganism, or they ask me about Satanism or Luciferianism or any of these non-Christian or non-Abrahamic religions, they ask me, where would be a good place to start. And the best place to start, in my opinion, is looking at your heritage. Where is your family from, as far back as you can go, and then you can really understand. If you can go a few hundred, maybe a few thousand years, I don't, back, and then you can be like, okay, so at the time, what was prevalent in the area where my ancestors were, what was, what were the world views, what were their religious views, and you can really learn, because that is something in your DNA that shapes your DNA. That's just how it is, that is something that's in your blood, and you will carry that down through generations and generations, and that is always the best way to start, in my opinion. I was the opposite. I started completely backwards, right? Because I started just practicing magic and shamanism. I just started doing that when I was like 9 years old, literally. I'm 35 now. So I just started doing it, and then my path led me through, the different stages. I learned about Wicca, then I learned about, Satanism, then in between was Christianity for like a year or so. I was, devout Christian, if you will. Then I was a recovering Christian, and learning about, but it just went, and then it finally led me down the path where then I was like, okay, I got to find out about my heritage. I really got to find out where do I come from? Where does it all connect? I was born and raised in Germany. My father was from Serbia. My mother German. So I'm like, okay, so what's going on there? Now, then I'm finding out about the, the Germanic tribes. Then I find out about the Slavic, paganism, and then I found out all of these different things that make perfect sense, that just add up, and where you fit. And they may sound stupid, but they're not stupid at all, because they are of a deep meaning, and then you subsequently find purpose in that, and it's beautiful. For instance, when I discuss, this is just an example out of like dozens. When I discovered one of the goddesses in the Slavic, in the Slavic paganism, I found the goddess Boginia Marina. And Boginia Marina is the goddess of life as well as death, but she's also the goddess of winter and the cold. And that immediately, because none of the other goddesses or gods, for that matter, are that particular in the Slavic religion necessarily, that they're attributed to a certain season, if you will. They can be, but more on a flousy, not really a set, but she is specifically the goddess of winter. And it really immediately clicked in me. It was like, I understand myself better here when it comes to the fact that I am a person that loves the cold. I have to be in a cold environment because my body runs hot all the time, and it's always like this. I have to have it cold around me. And I was always wondering if there was something maybe physically wrong with me, but there's nothing physically wrong with me. That is just the type of energy my body carries, and that is the type of energetic being I am. But I can relate this now metaphysically to something, and spiritually to something, and it makes perfect sense. So she became one of my biggest, her symbol is right there on my wall, the star, because when you find, then it makes sense. And there's so many other guten Tag, you say it in a German slang. That's so crazy. Yeah, sorry about yesterday, Kelly. Thanks for coming in. My computer totally crashed, and I couldn't even send you the Discord thing. I'm going to have to do that after the stream. I'm not going to open Discord now while I'm streaming, because I think it might crash it again, and I don't want to do that. Oh, on Instagram? Oh, I don't know. I don't even know how that message thing works on there. I don't know, is this on the, yeah, I have to look at that later, because I don't know how that works now. But yeah, it's, yeah, so Alice, that is pretty much, pretty much don't know what else to say about that, but, these are definitely, these type of things, that you will find out many things by reading, many more than you would think, because for the longest time I was really this person. I was really like, I don't like to read, it's boring, and all of that stuff. And then finally I started reading, and I had already read one book, and that to this day is my favorite. And it's actually a book of fiction, but it is my favorite book of all time. It will always probably remain my favorite book of all time. It has a specific significance to me, but it's called The Perfume by Patrick Süskind. Well, it's a German author, and it's Das Parfum, The Perfume. And that is my favorite book, and I read that in school. It was one of the books that we read in school, and it was always difficult for me, because I could never find a book that would live up to that book, as to my liking. But it became then a more of an educational route, and it's also because of my high energy output. I've always had problems concentrating, actually really concentrating. So that's why reading was another thing that was not really something that I could get into the way I wanted to. But then also, like I said, as I became older, in my mid-20s, it started happening that then, I was able to start focusing when I would read. Because sometimes prior to that, I would read like 3 pages. I would read them, and then suddenly 3 pages later, I'm like, what did I just read? Like, I couldn't remember anything I had just read, and it's like, this is horrible. Like, then it doesn't make any sense to read because I just could not concentrate. And that has totally changed. You know, now when I read a book, it's like I literally have learned to tune out everything else around me, and I'm reading this book now, and that's it. You know, and it's not just reading the words, but actually I was able then to start visualizing what I was reading, and then that's how you do it, you know. And then when you get that, it takes a little bit of practice, and then finally it just comes natural, and then it's great, you know. And I have since found very good books that I really loved, and when it comes to fictional books, really, like Stephen King came so close with a couple of his books to my perfume, but not really on, you know, like, but still really great, you know. Fictional, I can always recommend Stephen King. He is really one of the best. He captures me like no other fictional writer really. Hey, hi Scooby, how are you? But, you know, educational books, there are many. All you really got to do if you know your heritage, you know, depends where you're from. You know, let's say your ancestors are from, I don't know, they're from England. Let's just assume. I don't know, you know, where you're from. But you just say, oh, okay, look at then you just, if you have Amazon Prime or, you know, your Amazon shopping cart, you literally just type in, you know, the history of England's, you know, of the ancestors of England or whatever, and you will find them all. Amazon is really good with the book section. They will have really books where some of them are expensive. They are very expensive because they're, you know, there's only a couple of them around, but they will probably have stuff. You know, it doesn't matter. You go in the description. You can see how many stars it is. You can read in the description what the book is about most of the time, and then you can say, oh, that sounds like something I want to know. That sounds like what I was looking for. Or you read the description, you're like, no, that's not it. That's not it. You know, so for people to remain ignorant in this day and age, you know, it's just like there is no reason for it, because like also you know, you can I'm a type of person, I'm a book collector, right? So I want to buy the hardcover of any book that I purchase. But you don't have to do that. If you really just want to absorb the message and you don't care about collecting the book, it's like you can find a $50 book, the hardcover for $50, and you can find the audiobook for $5 or less. Sometimes they're free. So many times they're free. The Secret Doctrine by Helena Blavatsky, literally free. That's a $50 book. I'm still going to buy the book. When I have the money. But I am actually reading it on my Kindle for free. So, it, you know, like, knowledge is at the tip of your fingers. Anything you want to know. And I love it. I abuse my Alexa daily. I'm like, Alexa, she can probably hear me right now. Alexa, like, how many planets are in the Goldilocks zone currently? I asked her that the other day. It's 3 planets that are actually in the Goldilocks zone. In our area, you know, in our universe here, in our system. Jesus, God, fucking, I know, Scooby, I know you. And I was not able to watch that movie yet, but I'm thinking tonight will be. No, it's $5. I forgot about it. I keep forgetting that it's $5. I'm not doing it. Somebody has to subscribe to me. Somebody subscribe to me and I will watch the movie. You just subscribe to me, Scooby, and then I'll watch the movie. Alright. All jokes aside. So. Oh, cool, he is? Oh, wow. I don't get the notifications. Oh, my God. He's streaming that really hard game, isn't he? I know. He really likes that game. Yeah. I'm going to check in on there. I'm going to just put one word. Noise. Anyway. This is really good, Scooby. Page of Pentacles. So, in the future, it's okay, Florida Man. I can see you now. I can totally see you in here. In the future, you will feel very eager to learn and like a young student, and you are open to new things. Oh, I can't even hear him talk.
My attack, because I was good at that attack. And I like that block on X. That's really good.
So that is really good. You will be, your mind will be in an inventive state. You're going to be coming up with new things. That's a little slow now. So really good. You will be kind of like getting to work. You'll be very much motivated on learning things and doing things. Okay, so that's good. Moving on. All right. Six of Cups here. However, there will be a period of time where you will be very nostalgic. Okay, you will be looking at the past, and you will be very like engulfed in the past, and you will be longing for things long gone. Okay, things that are unfortunately no longer attainable. It will be like childhood memories, the past, so that can feel a little bit, melancholic for you for a period of time. Maybe you'll be doing something that will remind you of better times in the past. But it is just a normal thing, I'd say. I think most of us go through that throughout periods in our lives where if we had a good past or a good childhood and stuff like that, we look back and we're like, we missed that, or, it's nostalgia. That's how it goes. With a movie or with music, it happens with me all the time. King of Swords inverted. Hey, Engine, how are you? Thanks for coming back. Yeah, you just gotta, if you want the 3-card reading, you just redeem the 150 crystals, or you spend the 150 crystals for the 3-card reading. So this is a little bit concerning. King of Swords. What's wrong with me? Jesus. Okay, so there's gonna be some type of brutality and unfair judge and selfishness in your future. Okay, so beware. It's almost like somebody's not going to believe you something, and they're going to believe somebody else over you, and there will be a sort of a conflict, and they will treat you unfairly because of this. Could be at a new job or something like that, but it's going to be just like a quick thing. It's going to be sorted out fairly quickly, so do not be alarmed, but it will be something that will occur. Yeah, so that concludes your Scooby. Not bad. This is the good one here. This is really good about the eager student. An eager student. That is always good to be, because we never stop learning. We will never stop learning, even when we die. Even in death, we probably still learn if we can, in some weird way. I don't know how it's gonna go. We shall see. Well, thank you all for being here tonight. Very good talk. Thank you, Alice, for following. Really appreciate that. Really awesome that you kind of open up a little bit, and I was kind of able to tell you some stuff that I hope maybe it can help you, or I don't know, because I am the type of person, like, there's so many times, like, my mom was the best mother, right? And my mother really gave me the best advice, and she helped me with everything. But some things you really don't want to. All right, cool, Kelly. Anything in particular, or just a general reading? You know, some things you really just can't talk to your parents about. You just can't. You can talk to your friends about it, but even those things you can't really talk about. And it's like sometimes I really sat there many days of my life and really was like, damn, like I really wish somebody would be able to, kind of like help me in this aspect, because my mother was often a person that she waved it away really quickly. You just gotta stop. Like it wasn't anything of a deeper, but sometimes I needed a little bit like of a deeper explanation for certain things in order, for me to be able to just cope with the situation and learn, how to really just utilize actually rather than despise and resent and fall into depression or anxiety because of it. You know what I mean? So yeah, sometimes I was really like, oh man, I really wish I had somebody here right now that could, perfect. We'll do a general. So I never try to. I'm not the type of person. I will never get into anybody's business ever, unless they want me to. If they really ask me, like, what can I do, then, and I'm never trying to tell people what to do or trying to say that I know everything. No, I don't at all. I feel very, like I know nothing. Like I know a fraction of a billion, trillion, gazillion things. You know what I mean? Eis am Stiel. Ist Stock. Okay. Eis am Stiel. Eis am Stiel. But isn't it like freezing? It's got to be freezing there in the Netherlands right now. And you're still getting Eis am Stiel? I would do it too. I don't care. I don't know if she has ads now. She? I'm assuming gender. I don't know if they have ads now. You guys really must forgive me when I do that with the gender thing. It happens all the time. It is. You gotta understand my 35 years of my life. I grew up, just assuming, like I see a name like Kelly and I'm thinking that's a girl, right? But you must really forgive me. It is not meant in any offensive way. I just it just flows out of me. That's why it's still in training. But I'm getting better at the day thing. I'm getting better at that. And it really is also. It has also always been rather like a politically correct thing. Even when you read books, oftentimes, even old books from 20 years ago, they will refer to a person as they in there because it I think I don't know exactly why back then they went that route, but I guess grammatically it made maybe also sense to do it like that. But it is just something that I'm still kind of getting used to. Sorry. But he is so good at that game too. It's unbelievable. Any game like this he plays, he's just very good at it. It's Kenjin Thy Warrior is his name. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. See, but as soon as I said she, I was like, wait a minute, is that right though? I'm not sure about that. Yeah. So okay, that's all right. All right. So let's see what we can see. Ah. Okay, good one. So this is the Eight of Cups inverted. So this one's expressing that. I see. I am very much an all-around female. My body as well as my soul. I I was definitely a tomboy in school, and I still dress like a tomboy often. Kind of sexy tomboy, if you will, but always like a little bit of the masculine is in there too, muscles and whatnot, But I am very much like woman power. I'm very much like that. Uh, Whatever. But anyway, Eight of Cups inverted. This is a very good card. This is expressing that you're actually seeing things through, okay? Persistency. You're sticking through things instead of abandoning them, which you have done in the past, which you have done maybe often, where you said, you know what, I'm sick of it, I'm leaving it behind. You're not doing it this time. This time you're seeing things through. There's perseverance, and you're taking a risk. You're saying, you know what, even if the outcome is not to my liking, I will still try to stick through this, and and not abandon this project or this idea or this thought or this person or relationship or whatever it may be that is important to you. You're sticking through it. Oh yeah, definitely. If you have throat problems, that's the best thing to do. Yep. Oh yeah, and you know what's so funny about Aldi? Aldi is actually also here in the US now. When I first moved here 16 years ago, they weren't here yet, but they are here now. Aldi is here now. Within the last, like, I don't know, maybe 10 years or so, they started popping up. So we have Aldi here. So I'm actually going to ask my brother in the next couple of days if he can take me to Aldi around the corner, because they're going to have, for Christmas, Yule, whatever, they're going to have all the German wear come in. They have all, like, the German Glühwein, like the hot wine. They're going to have, like, certain German cookies and certain German chocolates that you, first of all, won't be able to find in any other store around here, and also only at this time of the year. Yeah, Lidl is good. Lidl is good, but I feel like Lidl was always a little more expensive than Aldi, if I can remember it correctly. Yeah, I love Lebkuchen. Lebkuchen is so great, and here what is called Lebkuchen now? Gingerbread. Mm-hmm. Gingerbread, but it's still a little bit different. It's not actual like good European Lebkuchen. Lebkuchen is, mm. But they might have it at Aldi here if my brother can take me. Okay, so let's move. See, when me and you get together like this is dangerous. Okay, okay. Oh, Alice had that same card in the same position. Now in this spread, the position is really not really detrimental or anything like that, but it is curious to see that. Yeah, I love that the sugar coated ones. I love that. What about the Damn it, there's certain cookies. I forget their name now. Um. Shit, what are they called again? Spekulatius. No, Pfefferkuchen, I would still think that's similar to Lebkuchen, right? Isn't it kind of like the same thing? Pfefferkuchen and Lebkuchen? No, Spekulatius. I'm talking about Spekulatius. They're these certain cookies. Uh, yeah, that's. Mm-hmm, yeah. But, of course, I ate them all the time, yeah. Yeah, they would make a shape of like a windmill or something, and they have a particular taste, and you can literally find cookies here that taste just like that. They're not called that, or they don't look like that, but they taste just like it, so it's fine. So I can just eat those. This is really good. So you have death here. So there will be loss, there will be end of ways, and there will be change and metamorphosis for you, and it will be really big and really meaningful, and it's going to be very good. It's going to be like from a raupe, whatever, what is it called? The worm or whatever, the caterpillar. That's the name. Okay, figured it out. Into a butterfly, and it's wonderful. Okay, it's gonna be good. So that's a good card to have. Very good too. Yeah, okay. Nine of Swords inverted. So also it's looking like better health. Better health in your life and better outlook. Okay. No more much of the anxiety. It's definitely going to be improving, on your situations and improved outlook and yeah, better health. So really good. That's a really good reading for you here. Very nice. Very nice. Keanu. Yeah, so that was a good reading for you there, Kelly. That looks like things are happening. Things are going good. Can I turn this down again now? Is that what I've not been doing? Yeah, that's so much better. Oh my god, I was going blind. I was like, gee, it was just because I was drawing earlier. Oh god, I hate it. I hate it. Oh. Mhm. Yeah, that ain't me. I'm not a chaos. I embrace that when I know it's called for, right? I embrace that. But normally that is not my thing. Whew. Sorry. All right, if you guys give me 1 second, nature calls real quick, but I will be right back if you don't leave. Okay, that would be nice. If so, have a good night. But I will be back in less than 2 minutes. Okay, less than 3 minutes. Let me not fucking have to fall all over myself and shit like that doing what I'm about to do. But I will be right back. Sorry about that. I mowed the lawn yesterday. The back, just a story, just whatever. The backyard, my property is covered, or rather like, what do you call it? Like surmounted by my big house, so it gets pretty much only shade back there. Because I have big trees and they connect pretty much directly to my house, because my house is like 2 stories, so it's really big. So there's not much to mow. Rather only on my side, more on my brother's side, because the house is split in 2 units. My brother's side has nothing, just leaves. There's really no grass growing, and a couple of shrubs or whatever. On my side is still grass, and it will, Florida, how it is with the humidity and the rain. I mean, you will suddenly have rain for 2 days, and then you will have these weeds that are sprouting, and they're gonna be as tall as me, literally, like within 2 days. It's crazy. So that that happens a little bit. It's not like that during the winter time. It's very dry. It doesn't really rain, so nothing really grows. The same as anywhere else, but of course it's not as cold anywhere else. But so I am hoping that I did it for the last time this year, maybe one more time this year, for the next like 2 months or so. But I just use the weed eater because I really don't have that much, and I just use the weed eater and do it like that. And man, my arms are very sore, and I just realized this right up here and right up here, and I was like, why are my arms so sore? And then I was like, yeah, because I weed eat it yesterday. Yeah, that was another thing I did besides my plant room. But I'm so glad I did it. It looks so nice now in my backyard. Because where most people, this is again about my my energetic consistency. It's like where other people get their yard ready right during summertime or right before summer and springtime, because they're going to be spending the days outside, having barbecues in summer and in springtime, blah blah blah. Even here in Florida, they don't care. They love this heat. I will not. You will see my yard in the worst condition during summertime. I always take care of my plants, always. But like nothing will be nice looking because I don't go out there. I avoid the outside like a plague because of the heat. The heat and the humidity. During most of the year here, living in Florida. But come November, December, I get my yard ready for fires, ready for my hammock, ready for me to spend my days out there when the cold days hit. Now, of course, today it was like 80 again. What is it right now outside? It was ridiculous. It's 69 outside now, which is okay. But it was raining today, and it was like 80 degrees, and it was nasty, and I got the air conditioner blasting right now on 71. I don't care. Because my house is at like 75 right now, and especially upstairs, I get hot here. So, yes. So I just can't wait. I got my yard ready, and I have literally now counted in my backyard how many plants I have. I have 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I'm doing it in my head right now. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29 plants in my backyard. And some of them are like bugger huge. 29 plants. 29. Wow. That's crazy. And they're all in a nice circle around my fire pit. My fire pit is the inner circle made of stones, and the outer circle is plants. On the inside of my house, I have currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 on the inside of my house. And on the front of my house, I have 1, 2,
I know.
3,
I've seen plays for honor. I haven't
4,
wow.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So,
What's gonna
also
happen?
10, also 39, was habe ich jetzt gesagt? Also 50 plants, 55 or whatever I said, 50, over 50 plants. That was a lot of work yesterday doing that for 6 hours. I had to have the plant room and I had to get it all out, and because my plants were so fucking. Let me see if I can find that picture again for you guys, because I think some of you didn't see it. It was insane. Oh man, I have an after picture now too, but I don't have it on the computer. Oh, I never showed you guys the crazy picture. Oh shit. Okay, I don't have it on here. No, I should have it on here.
It's done. Alright though. Yo, bro, that's the
What's this?
rulers though.
I hear weird noises on my window.
It is what it is.
Let me see.
What it fucking is.
Is it in there now?
That shit happens.
No, it's not. Okay. I guess that's not gonna work. No, I'm gonna have to show you guys some other time. I had the plants were literally growing into the walls. It's like Jumanji. You guys know the movie Jumanji, where all the trees are in the house and everything. That's how my plant room was. They were growing into the behind the screen of the windows and everything, and I had to haul all that out because 2 or 3 of them started to get mold on them, and I'm immediately like, nope, I'm not, because I don't know. I did what they said online to spray it with a mixture of water and apple cider vinegar, to kill the mold. But I'm still such a person because that same room is also the room where the air conditioner siphons the air from and distributes it throughout the house into the air conditioner and then distributes it throughout the house. So I'm like, okay, this is mold. Either way you want to look at it, and I don't want us to, yeah, and I don't, because I don't know if this is dangerous or not. I don't want us to be breathing in these spores of the mold. So I said, okay, I gotta do it. It was time anyway. It was just getting way too crazy. Way too crazy. Yeah, and so I took all of these plants out, cleaned that whole room out, and fucking did all that. Moved all these plants from my front porch to my backyard, and then, oh man, it took me from 2 in the afternoon. Took me from 2 in the afternoon to 7:30 in the afternoon, or yeah, 7:30. Insanity. Sure. I don't see. Okay. Yeah. But it does feel so rewarding when you're done with it. When you undertake such a big project, and then he does that. He'll fucking start talking like Arnold and shit. You good, fundamental? You good? But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming tonight. Thank you for listening. This is really, really nice tonight. I'm having a good time. This is a very good stream. We had a good stream yesterday. I thank everybody for following me. That is wonderful. Also, I don't know if I have any kick viewers or anything, but I have gained 1 follower on there. I'd really appreciate if anybody has kick, and if you guys, for all the people that are new, if you can go onto all my social medias and give me a like or give me a subscription or something. I'm really trying to be out there. I'm really trying to provide these readings to people and provide the service, and I really just want to do this all the time. Also, I do, you know, I paint as well, so I do that too. That is really my first passion, but that is something that's very difficult to make your, you know, your job, if you will. But that is also something I do. You can check out my Etsy store. I have my things on there. And I do commissions of any kind, anything. You can see here all these paintings here. I did all of those. Those are between paintings and drawings, and of course the symbol of the Sect of the Dragon. I did all, you know, all of it. So I do anything. I do portraits. I do landscapes. I do surrealism. I try to do realism, you know, but I mean, my I mean, it's very stereotypical, but my, you know, one of my absolute favorite artists of all time is Leonardo da Vinci, and I'm always going to try and try to come as close as possible. You know, that is what I strive for, to become as good as him one day. You know, but you know, what are the chances, bruh? This is one of my favorites down here. Stairs of Hell. That's the name of it. That was a dream I had. And that vision came in my dream, and I painted it, and it came out exactly like the dream. It was so perfect. I was very excited. Oh, this is the sigil of Sanguine. This is the Jovanka logo. This is a depiction of Bogina Marina. One of my favorites to really love. Oh, Wotan, of course. Yeah, Odin. Yeah. Look at that. Yeah, Ouroboros. That is Promethean's favorite right there. First Tom logo. First logo of my band. Oh, this I did for my mother. This is a depiction of the Tyrol Mountains in Austria, where we would visit in wintertime to go skiing, which we didn't do. Another. This is Sternenkind, a child of stars. I got my portrait of Ozzy Osbourne there. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, people have been telling me about it, and good things, and I said, you know, I'll just sign up for that too and stream on there too. Oh, this is still one of my favorites here too. I did that for my keyboard player. Beautiful. I loved that. It was his vision, his idea, and I could completely like engulf in it and love. This is also another favorite. I with the nebula and everything, I loved it. This is a nice one too. This is very much on the surrealistic side as well. I'm still working on that one painting. For some reason, I just you know, when you get stuck. And this is the Hexen of the Blocksberg, the witches on the the Blocks Mountain. Oh yeah, that was a good one too. I really like doing that one. Oh yeah, not to forget the Order of the Dracul. All right, Engine, let's do it. Would you yes, and anything in particular or just a general reading? A black mirror? You're painting a black mirror? You're making a black mirror? This is a very good point about chaos magic. A black gem or a black mirror of some sort. If you wear it around your neck or something, it can actually work as a black hole, and it will consume whatever you want it to consume out of your environment and your aura. That is a thing that you can do with any type of black charm. It could be a black obsidian or tourmaline. Oh, okay, okay. That's cool. That's very cool. Alright, engine. Anything in particular, or you just want a general reading? Ah, okay. Okay, awareness on current situation and what you gotta do. Okay, okay. Let's do that. Let's do that. Okay. No. I can't believe it. This is coming up again. Okay, so seemingly, Ten of Pentacles. Seemingly, there's a family strife going on in your life right now. It looks like this may be just a reflection of a particular situation that's going on in your life now that is consists of some sort of unfortunate family matters. Oh, I don't know if they have advertisements or not. Gonna wait for them to tell me. Do you have ads, engine, or no? Let me know if you have ads or not. If you don't have ads, I can continue. I just want to make sure that you hear everything that I'm saying. Okay. Just let me know when you have ads, then, you know. Okay, so there's some unfortunate family matters, okay? Loss of home or money, okay? So there's some sort of problematic scenario of that type in your life right now. And I said this, I had the same card earlier too. It's really crazy. And I've been really shuffling these cards so well. So it is truly, you know, something that just is like this. This doesn't have to be directly blood related family, but it is something that either somebody or some peoples that you consider family, or people that you see very frequently, so that their energy is intertwined with yours. So there's something about this unfortunate loss of home or money or some sort like this going on in your immediate surroundings right now, and it is a very difficult time. Okay, let's move forward. Yeah. So it looks like this may be the Page of Wands inverted. This may be the cause for this, because this is talking about being indecisive, okay, not being able to make a decision, and also kind of like making, okay, making poor choices is a thing here, okay. There have been poor choices made and subsequently led to this disruption with these people, or the problem with the people, you know, maybe also an ill will in a sense from these people or this person, because there was a decision not made because of indecisive thoughts, and then it was a wrong choice made as well, almost like you know, tripping over your own foot. I don't know, something along those lines. Okay, let's check this last one. Okay, this is the answer. Kind of, I'm thinking the Six of Cups inverted. Okay, so even so, this is a thing. It's pretty much expressing that it is possibly time to leave this in the past, okay? Because this is talking about you focusing on the future and things ahead of you, okay? You're thinking about future events and upcoming situations. So seemingly the upcoming situations, they will serve you better than what is currently going on for you right now, okay? So it looks like moving past this and moving forward from this in any way you can will help you. And it's giving me the impression that that's what it's telling to do, for you to do, to look forward, move forward, and look at the future and future events, and that's where you will find your peace with this situation, and not staying in your current state or in the past, for that matter, like we tend to do. I kind of elaborated on that a little bit earlier, but yeah. So look to the future is what it says. If you have something lined up for for your remote future, then that's what you need to put your focus in, okay? And really visualize this. That is a big thing, actually, visualizing your goals and visualizing these thoughts about better things. That is very important, and seemingly if you do that, things will get better. So I hope you can resonate with that engine, and I hope that helped you a little bit to ease maybe a little bit of your anxiety with this topic. We all go through things, but I've brought this up before in the past. My mom always had this saying. She always said that everything has an end, only sausage has two. It was just like a saying that my mom would say, so, which means that everything will come to an end. But that means also the good things will come to an end. But then I always like John Lennon's saying. John Lennon said, everything will be okay in the end, and if it's not okay, it's not the end. Mm-hmm. That is so true on multiple different levels, and I really like that. I find really comfort in that saying oftentimes, like, I think this is a very good motto to go by, so it's like, it's just that we have to just endure and grit our teeth as we're going through these times that are so trying, but that's really the problem. It's not about what's actually happening. It's about being able to withstand that and not fold, and not, maybe not even fold. I think a lot of us are very strong, but it's like, to not for one moment skip a beat. We cannot for one moment neglect our priorities and our responsibilities, even if we're going through something, and it can be very hard, especially when depression is a major factor, because it will make you tired, it will make you lazy, it will make you sad, it will do these things to you. And I think a lot of us just naturally, suffer from the depression, because I think that it depends on what generation you're from. I'm a 90s kid personally, so for me it is like, it's a constant, like, nostalgic matter for me, because my generation, this was actually a scientific, like a thing that they proved scientifically. Is like that my generation that was, had their childhood in the 90s, and then growing up into teenage years in the 90s and early 2000s, really like the only generation that has ever encountered that much change, not just technological change that overlapped. We literally went from the fucking VCR to everything is digital now, and everything in between. We had CD, DVD, like everything, even with the cell phones, all of these different things. But also, then subsequently, because of this technological, like, progress and evolution, also the change in the people's behaviors and stuff. And then you had COVID and all of these things, and it's like people are so distant from each other nowadays, it was different when I grew up. People were very close. We met all the time, multiple times a week. We met in person. Met in person with my friends. I met in person with my family. We did things. There were experiences and memories made, and really things were really happening. And nowadays it is like technology has come so far that people just rely on doing it like this. Like people really just text. Like most people don't even call on the phone anymore. People just text. They will literally have an entire relationship with somebody only over text. They will never even speak to that person, and that is fucking devastating for somebody like me, because it's like, that ain't me. That is not me. I have literally two friends. Well, I have three people. One of them is a friend. I cannot see her because she lives far away, right? So that's just how that is. But the other two live right around the corner from me. They never come to see me. They know I don't have a license and a car because of my immigration status, right? They will never come and see me, and I only ever text and call. We only ever talk on the phone, and we only ever text. And I say all the time, the one will always say, I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm coming, and will never come. And the other one will say, oh, I'm so far away. He's about an hour away, and will never come. It's like, and I have blamed them, and I don't care. They can be mad at me. I'm not mad at them, but I am blaming them, and I'm telling them, like, you cannot say, they're like, you're my friend, and I'm your friend. It's like, no, you're not. Like, sorry, I grew up differently. You are not a friend if I don't ever see you in person. If I never see you in person, you're not a friend. Like, I'm sorry. It doesn't work like that for me. Like, I have to see you in person. And also, you really have to think, like, how much do I mean to that person anyway if they can never come and see me? Because they will talk about how they went there and they had this person, they hang out with this person, but they will never come see me. So it's like, okay, so then how important am I to you? Because you can never come see me. And they know that my house is open and we can do everything here. We can fucking drink, smoke, we can, not cigarettes, I'm talking about like cannabis or whatever, everything, it's fine, there's no, I have a very clean house, I have a very comfortable house, and it's a very good spot, and I consider my house like a castle, like a temple, really, and they're always invited, and there's no problem, and they will never come, and it's just like, why do I even bother? Why do you even bother talking to these people that can never even visit me, Yeah, mostly they will text and call, yeah, and it's just like, okay, well, what's the point? What's the point? I could literally talk to my computer Alexa. I can have a whole conversation with my computer Alexa, pretty much the same as I can have with a person, in a sense. It's like, okay, then there's no point to me. And I've known both of these people for like 12 years, longer, like almost 14 years or so. It's like, wow. And we used to hang out all the time. Before I moved away from that area where the one person was living, because we were neighbors, and then the other person would always go to that neighbor's house, and then, the three of us would hang out. So these two people, they know each other too. And they hung out still years after I moved away from that area, hung out all the time. But I was never invited, I was never thought about, I was never nothing. And then just like a year or so back, suddenly, one of them, he started just calling me again. And the other one, I contacted again because I wanted to try and contact. And we text all the time, and we talked on the phone the other day. And it's fine, but it's just like, and I told him too one time. I said, he asked me, something along the lines of this, not exactly, but it was something like, okay, so you saying I'm not your friend because I don't come see you, and I'm like, yeah, basically, I'm like, what I'm trying to say is like, whether we talk or not anymore is not going to be an issue for me anymore now. I really thought that it was going to be an issue for years. I've missed you as a friend. That's why I found your contact information finally after looking everywhere. That's why I contacted you again, because I wanted us to be friends again. I wanted us to be friends and hang out again. But you don't ever come over. So it's like me and you just texting, how's your day? Good. How's yours? Good. What did you do today? I'm having a fire. What are you doing? I'm on a boat right now. Oh, okay. Like, what is that? No. That's not it. Like, I want you to come over. I want us to do stuff together, because we can do stuff together. We can go to the bar together. We can go thrift store shopping. We can do whatever we want. Like, we are free to do whatever we want. I mean, I am kind of bound when it comes to, like, traveling. I cannot travel far distances without a vehicle, obviously, but if you have a vehicle and you're my friend, then wouldn't you be pulling up, hey, get in the car, let's go, we're gonna go. That's how I imagine that. And these guys, they're not married, they don't have kids, it's nothing like that. So there's no reason for these friendships to not, like, flourish and bloom and us doing shit. It must be that they actually don't want to do these things with me. But then why are you texting and calling me in the first place? Then don't even speak to me. Like, talk to your friends that you have come over. That's why I haven't texted or called either one of them, because I'm just like, okay, this is just stupid. This is dumb. I never see you people, And it's so funny, because one of the guys was literally working on a house that was 5 minutes walking to my house. Okay, 10 minutes. 10 minutes. 10 minutes walking distance to my house. He was working on a house. It was 10 minutes walking distance to my house. And he has a vehicle. So if he would have driven to my house, it would have been like about a 3-minute ride. Less. 2 minutes. Yeah. So it's like, okay, what, he worked on that house for weeks. Never came by after working on it, after the day or before. Nothing. It's like they're avoiding me. They're avoiding hanging out with me, and I don't know why. And of course, when this happens like this, the person that I am, I think, what did I do wrong? What's wrong with me? That this is happening, and I don't know, because I do find, like, my best friend, she is in Indiana, and I speak to her every day. We text every day, and it's like, okay, she has never voiced or never made me feel like there was any problem with me. She's never made me feel like I'm doing something wrong as a friend, or I'm not doing something right as a friend to deserve a proper friendship, right? So that leads me to believe that it's not me. You know what I mean? That's why I always tell people when I meet people here in the chat, and they're like, I'm in Florida, and I've met a couple, I've met multiple here of you guys that are actually located in Florida, and I said, guys, that is awesome. One day we can hang out, we can freaking come to my house, we'll have a fucking get together. I'm not afraid of anybody. I already know whether it's gonna be okay to let you in here or not. Okay, that is my job, that's what I do, so I don't care. Come on over, but it is so unfortunate, because a couple of these people, they have never even come back in the chat, because they're just like fake people. They're not real people. They make a name, they talk about, they come into your chat for a few days, and then you will never see them again, because they will delete their whole account and everything, because they're really just fake people. They will always just come up with fake names, fake stories, and everything, and will only always be an online presence. They will never be a physical and actual presence in anybody's life, because that's not their goal. Their goal is to be just what they are, and it's like, and that's the newer generation. I know that's a lot of younger people are like that in their 20s, early 20s. that is the newer generation. It's really just wired that way. You know, it's like Snapchat or whatever, TikTok, and those are the things. And they will spend 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 hours a day on the fucking TikTok, and they will have no actual connection to a person in any way, because that's all they do, and that's enough for them. They think that it's enough for them. It's fucking awful. Yeah, Florida Metal, he was here. He came here with his wife, visited me, and I'm sure we're gonna have a get together again. He lives an hour away from me, and he says it's not a big deal. So that's a friend. That's a friend to me. Especially because he knows that I cannot go anywhere. I'm confined to my home. Like I cannot drive to Orlando. That's impossible for me. You know, there's no bus system. Now, I lived in cities where there were bus systems, and I used them every day. When I lived in Jacksonville, when I lived in even in Leesburg, there were bus systems. I used them every day. I was able to go everywhere. I was able to go see my mom in Lady Lake, all of these things. And so what I'm trying to say is, like, whenever the opportunity offers to me, I'm doing these things. When I had my driver's license in my car, before my immigration papers expired, I was driving everywhere. I was going everywhere. I was taking people there. I was doing this. Like, it was on. I have my car and my license. We're doing things. We're not going to sit here in the house and play video games and be, texting and on the TikTok and all that stuff all day long. That's not going to happen. Watching TV all day. No, we're going to be doing stuff. But, I can't do that now. And he knows, and that's a friend that will come and see me. That's a friend to me. No, of course, Kelly, that's what I'm saying. Like, my best friend, ironically enough, my best friend's name is Kelly. Okay, and she's in Indiana, which is very far away from here. So obviously she cannot come see me. I know she would. She would probably weekly, come see me at least. She has a child, so everybody. I'm not expecting people to hold my hand every day. You know what I mean? But on the weekends, when we have a day off, we should be getting together, having drinks somewhere like normal people. Having dinner somewhere, going somewhere, doing something, that should be a normal thing to do. Bring your children. I always be like, I have kids. Okay, bring your kids. What is the issue? I don't understand it. It's like, people just stop living their life. They fucking stop. Once they become married and kids, or with the social media now, they just stop. Life is gone and it doesn't matter to them. They won't do anything anymore. They just sit in front of the TV. They work and they sit in front of the TV and they don't even care about having a life. It's so depressing. And that's just not me. As much as I have depression, I don't care. I also have anxiety. I don't care. I want to live my life. I want to do things. Because I cannot travel physically, I travel when I read my books. I travel to these places in that way. You know what I mean? I watch videos where people travel to these places so I can see them, so I can learn about these places. I do what I can. And the places outside of my home, I visit them all the time. I go to the local graveyard. I go to the stores around here. I go to where I can go, where my bike will take me. And I always explore them, So, yeah, you're good, Florida Metal. Yeah, so it is really unfortunate how people have given up on everything. Mm. And I have also heard from people that they say that COVID really ruined them. Because of COVID, they're so afraid now to go around other people. And for me, it is a very, it's a very difficult thing, because it's a very complex thing, because COVID, I never got it. I never had COVID, okay? And I, as soon as it started with the COVID thing, the restaurant I worked for at the time, they closed down for 3 months. So I was at home for 3 months anyway, and I couldn't go anywhere, and I didn't go anywhere, and I didn't let anybody in the house because I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know how deadly was this thing, whatever, nobody knew really, and it was still fresh and everything. But just out of precaution, not just for myself but for other people, I said, like my brother and stuff, I said, no, I'm not letting anybody in my home. They at the time, they were also not sure if the animals can get COVID, and I have a lot of animals. I said, no, I'm not doing that. And then when then they slowly found the vaccine and everything, I started, okay, all right, and I started going out again and stuff like that. And and it was okay, and everything has been okay. I have still never had COVID, never. Um, and I have literally spoken to people where they're like, "Yeah, I don't go out of the house, because of COVID still," and it's like, really, like you're really going to live in fear for the rest of your life now because of this illness that went around, and you're just not even gonna live your life now. And this is also people talking, that the people that have been immunized, right? The people that did get the shot and everything. Not me. I didn't. And I will still not do that, because I will not. I don't know. Because there were so many people, and one of my closest friends at the time, he is no longer even, like, he doesn't even exist in my life anymore. He just pretty much abandoned everything, like me and others, and really weird. He got immunized, and then he got the other shot, and then he also got the booster and all of this shit, and he said he got so sick when he got the second shot that he literally thought he was gonna die. And I actually spoke to multiple people that got the shots, and they felt like they were gonna die. And I said to myself, I'm gonna take my chances. I'm gonna take my chances, because I am not going to go and let myself get injected with something that's going to make me so sick. That cannot be the point either. That's not how that's supposed to work. Definitely not to the point where you think you're gonna die. Yes, we understand that when you get shots, when you get immunized, you can have certain things can occur to you for maybe a day where you won't feel so well. Some of these effects can occur. That's normal. That happens when we, as babies, when we get immunized. All of the things is very normal, yes, but not to the point where you're so ill for a week that you're almost going to die. That is not normal. If you ask me, that I cannot, and I think that anybody that gets the shot, that's up to them. I think that I will never expose anybody to me. Like, if somebody were to tell me, "Can you please put on a mask? I am scared that I may contract COVID from you." I will absolutely protect them from me. That is not a problem. I was wearing the mask religiously for the first few months when I was working again. I never took that thing off. It didn't matter what certain people would say. I didn't care. I never took that off. That thing was on here until I walked into my house. Like, because, that's it. And I have no problem with any of that. I just do think I understood the fear in the beginning. I really did. But as we, we are a generation of information. We can, every really facts, real facts, not bullshit or pseudoscience, but real facts are at the tip of our fingers at all times. And there's still very many things that are uncertain about COVID, but there are also very many scientists that were very clear that COVID has the worst effects on people with like already conditions, like especially with the lungs or any kind of weak immune systems. And that is usually, if it's in younger people, then they already have had these problems their whole life. They have maybe asthma, or they have things like that. So for them, COVID is very highly dangerous. We understand that, because it does affect the lungs, very much so. And we have also come to the conclusion, if somebody has these conditions, oftentimes they're older, so they already have a weak immune system, and they already have conditions of the lungs and all of these things. So for these people, it's very dangerous as well. There are certain categories for people that it's very dangerous, and also it can be dangerous for very healthy individuals. Yes, it can. It has happened that even the healthiest of people have succumbed to COVID, but the percentage of these people is very low. And it is, and that's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. You really got to look at the graphs, look at the percentage, look at the chances, and look at all of it, and then you can understand, like, okay. And even so, you can still spend time with others with a mask on. So is that still then just an excuse? Or are these people really that afraid? Like, if you're really that afraid, then I couldn't live like that. I could not live my life like that. Like, I don't know. Because I feel already like a cage in a tiger. Like a... I can't believe you said that. Like a tiger in a cage. Not a cage in a tiger. That's fucking crazy. Like a tiger in a cage, pacing back and forth, But I can really tell, even by social media, when I'm like in the bathroom and I'm just scrolling, whatever. I can see people are really just happy just sitting in their home and not speaking to anybody, and it's like, damn. That is such a shame that it has come to this. Like when we used to have clans, our ancestors were clans. Our ancestors did, rituals together. It was communities. It was, things, things went on there. Things went on there. The connection, the human connection. And also, it's not just the human connection. That brings me to what I always do and I always try to do. The connection with where we stem from, mother earth, mother nature, mother of everything. It's like people don't even go outside. They don't even want to go outside. They want nothing to do with nature. They what do you call it, like they despise nature. They push it away. They push away the natural instincts. They push away the natural order of things. They push away anything and everything that has to do with nature. It is so... it's very sad to see. It's very sad to see. Because I really think that a lot of our issues that we're facing today is connected to the fact that we have because of our fear of nature and where we come from, building cities and towns on top of trees and forests and everything, because it is a fear. It is really just like a pure fear of the carnal nature of the world itself, nature itself, us, animals, and everything living, that we have completely detached from our origin and where we come from. And I think it is a sickness, and I think it is one of the reasons it causes sickness, and it is actually literally why COVID occurred, because of our intrusive way into nature. And this is why COVID occurred. We understand how this occurred. It was a virus spread by somebody, what was it, eating a bat or some shit. Like, people always say it was made in a Chinese laboratory. No, it wasn't. It was nature. It is a part of what is happening. It's a part of everything that's happening. The natural disasters that have become 3 times as bad as they were just 10 years ago. This is nature fighting back what we are destroying, what we humans are absolutely just, we're trying to wipe every sign of the natural world off of the face of this planet, and is trying to make it a circulating round rock with nothing left. No more atmosphere, no more water, no more grass, no more trees, no more flowers, no more air, no more nothing, no more ozone layer. This is what we're doing, our destructive behavior, and it is so it's awful. It's fucking awful. And I think that is the root of the problem. Is the root of the problem that we have completely lost touch with where we come from and our origin of everything that we are. And this is one of the biggest things that when I forged my band Iptome, my band Iptome, all of the lyrics and vocals that I write for the band are solely directed at this topic. They are all about this topic. They're all about how nature is fighting back with her hurricanes, with her tornadoes, with her diseases that she is spreading now because we are interfering. When I see dead deer hit on the road and they're laying there dead, that is not natural. That was not supposed to be like this. This deer was supposed to be destroyed by another being in the food chain for survival purposes, not get hit by a car, not to make use of it in any way, and just to leave it there to rot. That was not the purpose of this. Every piece of this deer, for instance, our ancestors would have used. Every piece of the deer they would have used. They would have used the meat to eat. They would have used the hide to keep warm. They would have used the antlers to make tools. They would have used what do you call it? Even the skin of dam. You call it dam in German. I don't remember the word now. Even the skin of the colon would have been used to make drums. Everything was used, and it was then whatever was left that was not able to use, and even if it was just ashes, there was a ritualistic aspect to it. This creature was buried. This creature was respected. This creature was thanked that it was able to let this other creature, the human in that scenario, survive. Because they gave their life for this other creature to survive. There was a very deep connection and very much a reason to everything. Everything had a meaning, everything had a reason, and everything had a purpose. Now, nothing has a purpose. Nothing that most humans do has a purpose. What is the fucking purpose on scrolling on TikTok for 12 hours a day? Tell me. There's no purpose. There's no purpose. People are lazy and they don't want to have a purpose. They are trying everything in their power to not have to have a purpose. It's awful. It's awful. It's my rant for tonight, guys. I'm sorry, but I really just had to because it makes me very sad. Because as a human, I am a human, and it's a disgrace. I don't like being human. I don't like that I'm human because I don't feel human. I don't feel like I'm part of the majority of these people because I don't view the world that way. I live with purpose, and whatever purpose that is, I live to make things better for Mother Earth, for the creatures that I care about, but I'm also I'm human, but I'm a creature. I'm a creature of nature. I'm a creature of the earth. And we're supposed to be the most intelligent species on this planet. Wow. That's really fucking sad because we're doing everything wrong now. Pretty much. The smart people, of course, we have a lot of very highly intelligent people that, they work for NASA. They're physicists, they're scientists, they are chemists. They do these things, they are astrophysicists, biochemists, all of these people. These are, neurologists. We have very important and very intelligent people too, that are really trying their hardest to find solutions, to help, to make things better, but that's a small percentage. And I'm not saying you have to have a title, you have to have a job like this. You can also just be a person at a plastic manufacturing company that finally says, you know what, I will no longer manufacture plastic, but I will now just start recycling plastic. Now that person, it's not an astrophysicist, but that person is huge. is huge in the development of furthering our species as well as other species, and keeping the world from going under, and keeping species from getting rotted out, right? This is a huge. So there are people in the world that are helping. I'm not saying everybody, but that is literally maybe 5%. That it might be 5% of the whole world. And that's so sad. Everybody else will still throw their trash out. They don't give a fuck. They can buy an electric car and save the environment for the same price as a gas-powered car, but because they think it's nice to rev their engines and blow out the smoke, they will buy the gasoline car. That's fucking bullshit. I don't care. I'm gonna say it. It's bullshit. You have the alternative. Choose the alternative. Do you want your children and your children's children to have an atmosphere that they can breathe in? Then please choose an electric car. Because if you don't care, yeah, you choose a gasoline car, fine. Do that. Do that. But anyway, I could fucking rant about that for another 2 hours. I'm not gonna do that. Blow these up before they explode right into my face. At least the one in the glass. Well, they're all in the glass, but this one doesn't. This one's not tea light. This is actual wax in the glass. But anyway, sorry guys. I didn't mean to. I'm not trying to be negative. I know it's so kind of fucky to say that now, after the fact, but I am very saddened, and I'm really hoping that there are still a handful of us we can make a difference, and I will do this and try this until I die, whenever that may be. I will try this and do this for the rest of however long I will live, and at least I can, when I meet my parents again in Valhalla, or my animals, wherever they might be at the end of the Rainbow Bridge, if I really have to encounter every animal that I've ever owned or seen or treated in my life, that will be my greatest dream in my life, because I know that that's what the Hindus believe, that you will have to face every animal that you have ever encountered in your life when you die, and have to be judged by them, and that will be my greatest pleasure in the world, really, to do that. But whatever happens, even if nothing happens, and there will be eternal silence and eternal darkness, at least it doesn't matter. At least my life, I can say, whatever. While I'm alive, I'm going to do what I always. I'm a person like for justice always. I will do what's right, but I will do what's right for the creatures of this planet and the earth before I will do what's right for humans. I don't care. I don't care about wars, about people wiping each other out. I don't care about natural disasters, people wiping people out. And if I'm one of these people getting wiped out, then that's it. Nature will wipe out the people there, and best believe that most of them deserved it. I will be the one to say it. I don't care. I don't care. I always tell you guys that. I despise humanity as a whole. Pretty much every person, like I said, 5% on the planet is really trying to be not guilty, and really trying their hardest to not destroy everything. But the rest, they do destroy, and they are purposefully ignorant. They want to remain ignorant, and I don't care. I don't care what happens to any of them. I just really like to meet the people that do care, as I do care, and then these people I will protect and always be a friend to, and these people I will embrace, and they will always be dear to me. So, and I'm hoping and thinking that some of you may be. But yeah, so I've been on here now 2 hours. Glad you're back, Kelly. Thank you for coming tonight. Really good stream, guys. Sorry about my little rant here at the end, but I had to let that out because I haven't talked about that in a while, and I feel like my mouth will blabber when my spirit is bursting at the seams about depression. Sorry, my head just hurts today, and sometimes it helps when I do that. Ugh. Okay, so I want to say thank you, everybody, for coming today. I really want to thank Alice for having followed. That is awesome. Thank you so much. I want to thank the Penguin. Even so, I I gave them their reading and then they didn't say anything to it or anything. They must have left. I want to say thank you, Florida Metal. And I want to say thank you, Kelly, for seeing you again. That was an honor. Also, Engine, thank you for coming as well. Okay, seeing you again. Very nice. I just read that Ice am Stiel again. So cool. Yeah, and I think that was it, yeah? Yeah, I think that was it. I think that was all there was. Yeah. So I want to really thank you guys so much. What a great stream. Thank you for listening to my rant, but it was a little bit necessary. So yeah, good stream. I will be back on Tuesday. And until then, keep your spirit clean and clear and try to, find it. If you don't embrace it, if you don't know what it's about, try, ask me anything. I always tell you guys, text me on my social media. I don't mind at all. I will talk to you. I will, you know if I know it. I'm not the type of person, I won't talk about stuff that I don't know anything about. So if you ask me something that I don't know about, then I will tell you. I cannot help you really in this aspect. But I really thank you guys so much for coming and being so supportive, and helping my channel grow. Wonderful, very wonderful. Thank you guys so much. I will be back on Tuesday. Don't forget to mourn those in spiritual turmoil. And until then, I say tschüss, zdravo, and bye.